Hello Golden State Warriors fan, we're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates. First of all, subscribe to the channel and like the video, it's crucial for you to stay informed. With the news daily, without further ado, let's get to the news. The Golden State Warriors have entered this offseason unlike any other in recent memory. While almost every other NBA team has been aggressively making trades, signing free agents, or at least testing the market to reshape their rosters, the Warriors have taken a notably cautious approach. The reason behind this hesitancy is largely centered around one key player whose situation has become a major sticking point: Jonathan Kuminga. His restricted free agency status has created a complex scenario that has effectively put all other potential moves on hold. Kuminga, who has steadily developed since entering the league, finds himself at a crossroads. On one hand, he and his camp are demanding a contract that would pay him north of $30 million per year, reflecting their belief in his rising potential and athletic ability. On the other hand, the Warriors are offering a deal closer to $20 million, a figure they consider more realistic and manageable within the team's salary cap structure and long-term plans. This gap in expectations has made negotiations extremely difficult. What complicates matters further is the fact that Kuminga reportedly has little desire to return to Golden State. Under the current circumstances, his camp is actively seeking opportunities elsewhere, signaling a clear dissatisfaction with the direction of the team or his role within it. Meanwhile, the Warriors appear to share some of those feelings, as they are reluctant to meet his salary demands or commit to him long-term without some guarantee of performance and fit within the squad. This standoff has led to a deadlock situation where neither side is willing to budge, and as a result, the Warriors have effectively paused all major roster transactions. The front office understands that moving Kuminga for less than his full trade value would be a mistake, especially because they are holding out hope for something much bigger on the horizon. The name on everyone's lips around the league is Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Milwaukee Bucks superstar and one of the most dominant players in the modern NBA. Giannis, a two-time NBA Most Valuable Player, represents the kind of generational talent that could change the entire trajectory of a franchise. Naturally, any team that senses even a remote possibility of acquiring a player of his caliber will act strategically to preserve as many assets as possible. The Warriors are no different in this regard. They want to maintain maximum flexibility and control over their young talent and draft picks, so they can position themselves to make a significant move if and when Giannis becomes available. Of course, this doesn't mean the Warriors are expecting Giannis to request a trade imminently or to specifically target Golden State as his preferred landing spot. Such a scenario remains speculative and would depend on a number of unpredictable factors, including Giannis' own desires, the Bucks' willingness to negotiate, and how the trade market evolves. However, the mere possibility is enough to make the Warriors cautious about giving up valuable pieces prematurely. The approach taken by Golden State in managing Kuminga's contract talks has drawn criticism and raised questions from some corners. Former NBA players turned analysts have publicly wondered why head coach Steve Kerr and the Warriors organization haven't embraced Kuminga more fully. Kuminga's growth has been evident each season. He has improved his skills and shown flashes of the athleticism and versatility that made him a highly touted prospect. Some argue that the team should invest in developing him further, recognizing his potential as a cornerstone for the future. Kendrick Perkins, a former NBA champion and now an outspoken analyst, highlighted this point during a recent broadcast. He praised Kuminga's athleticism and growth, emphasizing that the Warriors need to value and support him rather than letting the contract situation create distance. According to Perkins, embracing Kuminga would not only help the player, but also benefit the team in the long run by fostering continuity and maximizing the talent already on the roster. Despite the stalled negotiations, the Warriors are not rushing into any decisions. They seem to be taking a calculated wait-and-see approach, especially considering that several other restricted free agents around the league are facing similar impasses with their teams. Players like Quentin Grimes, Cam Thomas, and Josh Giddey also find themselves in uncertain contract negotiations, which has somewhat normalized Kuminga's situation across the league's landscape this offseason. Adding further complexity to the narrative, Kuminga's agent has publicly refuted reports that the player rejected a substantial contract offer from the Warriors before hitting free agency. According to the agent, their camp never turned down a $30 million offer, and claims suggesting otherwise are misinterpretations or fake news. This statement adds another layer of intrigue and confusion to the saga, making it difficult for outsiders to fully grasp the details behind the scenes. All these factors culminate in a tense standoff that has significant implications for the Warriors' immediate future. How this situation resolves, or if it remains unresolved for much longer, could shape Golden State's roster moves, salary cap flexibility, and strategic planning in the months to come. It is clear that the Warriors are playing a long game, balancing the desire to keep a promising young player with the possibility of acquiring a superstar who could vault them back into championship contention. In the meantime, the league watches closely as the Warriors tread carefully, aware that a seismic trade involving Giannis Antetokounmpo could emerge unexpectedly and alter the entire NBA landscape. The story of Jonathan Kuminga's contract is far from just a simple negotiation. It is a key piece in a much larger puzzle that could define the Warriors' next era. The Warriors' cautious approach this offseason reveals just how much they value their position in the evolving NBA landscape. They have built a dynasty based on shrewd roster construction, prioritizing not only proven talent, but also the potential of young players like Jonathan Kuminga. The ongoing contract dispute, however, shines a spotlight on the challenges of balancing immediate competitiveness with long-term sustainability. Golden State is caught in a delicate dance, wanting to reward Kuminga's undeniable athleticism and growth while simultaneously keeping their flexibility intact. For what could be the most significant acquisition in years, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis represents more than just a star player. He is a franchise-altering force who could elevate the Warriors back to the summit of the NBA. His combination of size, skill, and relentless motor makes him a near-unparalleled talent, and for a team that has tasted championship glory recently, the allure of adding a player of his caliber is hard to resist. But the price for such an upgrade is steep, and that price is paid in assets, draft picks, young players, and cap space. By holding firm on Kuminga, the Warriors are essentially protecting one of their most valuable chips in any potential trade negotiations. The timing and outcome of these moves will depend heavily on how things unfold in Milwaukee. Giannis at his peak commands enormous respect and influence. His willingness to remain with the Bucks or to seek a new challenge elsewhere will be influenced by many factors: team performance, organizational direction, personal goals, and even lifestyle preferences. Until there is a clear signal from Giannis himself, teams like Golden State can only prepare and position themselves, keeping their cards close to the chest and avoiding rash decisions. While the external narratives often focus on the megastars and headline trades, the story of Kuminga is a crucial subplot. His development trajectory has been promising. From the moment he was drafted, scouts admired his rare blend of size, speed, and agility. Over the past seasons, Kuminga has demonstrated improvements not just in scoring, but also on defense and basketball IQ. These qualities make him a valuable asset for any team, especially one like Golden State, which relies heavily on versatility and switching on defense. Yet his contract situation has been a thorn in the Warriors' side. Negotiations that stall create uncertainty, not just for the player, but for the entire roster. Chemistry and morale can be affected when a key young player's future hangs in the balance, and it's a challenge for the coaching staff to maintain focus amid distractions. Steve Kerr's handling of the situation has come under scrutiny, with some questioning whether the organization has fully embraced Kuminga's potential, or if they are to focus on bigger picture moves. Public comments from analysts and former players have underscored this tension. The consensus among many experts is that Kuminga deserves a chance to flourish within the Warriors system. His athleticism makes him a matchup nightmare, and with the right development, he could become a cornerstone of the team's next championship run. The question remains, will Golden State commit to him, or will they prioritize clearing the way for a possible Giannis acquisition? Compounding the drama, Kuminga's agent has stepped into the spotlight, pushing back against rumors and misinformation. By denying that his client rejected a lucrative contract offer, the agent signals that the players' camp remains open to negotiation, but also that there is a narrative battle underway in the media and among insiders. Such dynamics are common in high-stakes contract talks, where both sides seek to gain leverage through public perception. Meanwhile, other restricted free agents around the league mirror Kuminga's predicament, illustrating how the NBA's financial landscape and salary cap rules have created a complex environment for players and teams alike. Negotiations frequently extend into the off-season as franchises juggle priorities and assess their options, hoping to strike the right balance between rewarding talent and maintaining flexibility. For Golden State, the stakes couldn't be higher. Their championship window may still be open, but it's narrowing. Decisions made in this offseason will reverberate for years, shaping the team's identity and competitive prospects. holding onto valuable assets while exploring the possibility of landing a transcendent player. Like Giannis is a high-risk, high-reward strategy. If it pays off, the Warriors could reignite their dominance and add another legendary chapter to their storied history. In the meantime, fans and analysts alike watch closely as this multifaceted saga unfolds. The drama surrounding Jonathan Kuminga is about more than just one contract. It's about the future direction of a franchise that has been at the forefront of basketball excellence for the past decade. Will the Warriors double down on their young talent, or will they seize the opportunity to bring in a generational superstar? The coming months promise to answer these questions and reshape the NBA landscape in the process as the narrative continues to develop. Every detail, from front office whispers to on-court performance, gains new significance. The Warriors' ability to navigate this challenging period, balancing patience with ambition, will be a defining factor in their pursuit of future glory. And with Giannis Antetokounmpo's name lingering in trade discussions, the stakes have never been higher. The Golden State Warriors' off-season saga surrounding Jonathan Kuminga and the tantalizing prospect of acquiring Giannis Antetokounmpo paints a vivid picture of how modern NBA front offices operate under pressure, balancing ambition with pragmatism. While the eyes of fans and pundits often fixate on blockbuster trades or headline-grabbing signings, it is the subtle maneuvers and strategic patience behind the scenes that often define a franchise's future trajectory. Kuminga's situation exemplifies this perfectly. An emerging talent caught between the aspiration of a player seeking his worth and a team intent on maintaining leverage for a potential seismic shift in its roster. Kuminga's restricted free agency status means the Warriors retain certain rights. Yet this also complicates negotiations, since he can entertain offers from other teams. But ultimately, Golden State has the power to match. This dynamic places both parties in a delicate standoff. Kuminga's camp has been vocal in their desire for a deal north of $30 million per year, a figure reflective of their confidence in his untapped upside and continued development. The Warriors, meanwhile, are aiming for a more conservative valuation, closer to $20 million, mindful of the cap space and assets they might need for future moves. This gulf in expectations has turned what should be a straightforward extension into a drawn-out saga, testing patience on both sides. Behind this apparent gridlock, however, lies a layer of strategic foresight. Golden State is acutely aware of the potential ripple effects that could accompany any major trade involving Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Bucks' superstar, a two-time MVP and one of the most dominant forces in basketball, could become available under the right circumstances, whether due to personal desires, shifting team dynamics, or organizational strategy. The mere prospect of Giannis seeking a trade has sent shockwaves through the league. For the Warriors, who have built their recent dynasty on the back of stars like Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green, adding a player of Giannis' caliber would not just be a roster upgrade, it would be a paradigm shift. Therefore, the Warriors' management is exercising caution, in part because they want to preserve maximum flexibility. Giving up Kuminga for less than his full trade value would weaken their bargaining position, potentially diminishing their ability to offer a compelling package should the Bucks decide to entertain offers. This approach demonstrates a broader understanding that in today's NBA player movement and trade markets can shift rapidly and unpredictably, the team that can hold on to valuable assets, whether young talent or draft picks, often holds the advantage when rare opportunities arise. From a coaching perspective, the situation with Kuminga presents its own challenges. Steve Kerr and his staff are tasked with managing a roster amid uncertainty, where one of their promising young players' futures remains unclear. Critics and analysts have pointed out that Kuminga has shown steady improvement every season, growing as a two-way player with the athleticism and skill set that could make him a key contributor. Some have questioned whether the Warriors are fully committed to maximizing his potential, or if the ongoing contract impasse risks stalling his development. Balancing player growth with front office negotiations requires a nuanced approach, and how this balance is struck can have lasting effects on team chemistry and performance. Publicly, the Warriors have remained measured, avoiding drastic moves while waiting to see how the situation evolves. This stance is mirrored by Kuminga's representatives, who have dismissed rumors of their client rejecting sizable offers prematurely, insisting that the narratives circulating in the media do not accurately reflect the realities of the negotiation process. Such public back and forth is not uncommon in the NBA, where contract talks often extend over months and involve complex interactions between agents, teams, and league officials. The complexity of Kuminga's case is further highlighted by the fact that several other restricted free agents around the league are also caught in similarly prolonged negotiations. This broader pattern reflects shifts in the salary cap landscape, player empowerment, and the increasing emphasis on strategic asset management by franchises. Teams must juggle their desire to retain promising young talent against the realities of salary constraints and the need to remain competitive. For players, the process is equally challenging as they seek contracts that reflect their market value and career ambitions. As the Warriors weigh their options, the looming possibility of a trade involving Giannis remains a major undercurrent. Should such a trade materialize, it would require the Warriors to assemble a significant package that could include young players, draft picks, and cap space. Maintaining Kuminga at full trade value keeps those options open, ensuring the team is not forced into a fire sale or underwhelming deal. It is a delicate balance between nurturing existing talent and preparing for potential game-changing acquisitions. From the perspective of the fan base, this period of uncertainty can be both exciting and frustrating. The promise of adding a transcendent player like Giannis Antetokounmpo fuels hopes of renewed championship contention. Yet the stalled negotiations with Kuminga create tension and questions about the organization's direction. How the Warriors manage this narrative internally and externally will influence the team's culture and public perception moving forward. Ultimately, the Warriors' off-season drama surrounding Jonathan Kuminga and the potential pursuit of Giannis encapsulates the intricacies of modern NBA team building. It is a story of patience, negotiation, and strategic positioning, with every move carrying significant implications for the franchise's future. As the league continues to evolve, those franchises that master the art of timing and asset management will stand the best chance of sustained success. This evolving saga remains a captivating narrative, one that captures the imagination of basketball fans worldwide and highlights the delicate interplay between player aspiration and organizational strategy. The coming months will be crucial as the Warriors navigate this challenging crossroads, seeking to forge a path that balances the promise of youth with the allure of superstar talent. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going in a move that has sent shockwaves across the NBA and set the entire United States buzzing. Whispers have begun circulating that Giannis Sabonis, one of the league's most skilled and versatile big men, could be signing a 3-year deal with the Golden State Warriors. While nothing has been officially confirmed by the team or the player, sources close to the situation hint that discussions are well underway and the deal could be finalized soon. This potential blockbuster signing would mark a dramatic shift in the Warriors' roster strategy and could reshape the landscape of the Western Conference. Sabonis, known for his relentless work ethic, exceptional passing ability, and scoring versatility, has long been considered one of the best front-court players in the league. His ability to stretch the floor while also dominating in the paint makes him a perfect complement to Golden State's dynamic backcourt and fast-paced style of play. Rumors suggest that the Warriors see Sabonis as the missing piece to bring them back to championship contention, especially as they seek to maintain their edge in a fiercely competitive Western Conference. The possibility of Sabonis joining the Warriors has sparked intense speculation among fans, analysts, and insiders alike. Many are intrigued by how the team's current stars would mesh with Sabonis' skill set